What's up, my beautiful butterflies? Welcome back to my channel. If you're not yet a beautiful butterfly, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on, and do not miss an upload every time I upload. How you guys doing today? This is going to be a little story time video on my current situation that I kind of just got out of recently. It wasn't planned, you know. I can't even talk. Okay. I just recently got out of this situation not too long ago, but not too recent. Well, kind of recent. All right, to give y'all a little backstory, I have been dealing with my ex, and we've been together for a year. Last year was a year, and then after that, we was on and off trying to deal with each other, trying to make things work. And I just would like to say, if a person can make your mood change instantly and make you get angry so instantly, you are not meant to be with that person, okay? I feel like I'm making this video for closure, to get this off of my chest, because I don't have anyone to vent to about it. And of course I have family members and stuff like that, but I'll just feel better if I make a video, because it's like a stamp almost to just move on from this chapter of trying to make things work constantly, and it's not working out. I know I'm not a perfect person. I'm not innocent. I did things in my part, which I'm gonna get into, and he did things in his part that just made the relationship not work out. I don't have the exact time dates, time frames of everything. I'm gonna try my best, okay? Because like I said, this is a video I just randomly decided to do to get this off of my chest and move on from this point. So I've been dealing with a person. We talked on Facebook for about 3 months before we actually seen each other. It wasn't that long. So I kind of felt a little bit comfortable knowing that we went to the same elementary school. He had a picture once he found out my name, once we was like, oh, what school you go to, you know, asking each other questions like that. Once you get to know each other, he had a picture, elementary picture, and long and behold, I was there. Said my first and last name, and then about a couple rows down, he was right there, and it said his name. You know, we started talking, and he added me as a friend. I had no clue who he was. We, you know, met each other. He came over here, picked me up. I was like nervous because he lived far out from me. So I had these like butterflies, and when you have butterflies from a person, they say it's actually anxiety. So when you get that, it's like, you know, it's kind of like warning signs. It's kind of like your intuition telling you whatever, the angels, God telling you, okay, like, be cautious, you know, dealing with it. Don't rush into it. Take your time, things like that. So I had these butterflies, and I would always get butterflies with people that I would deal with that would be toxic for me. And I always noticed that, but I always thought, you know, it was a good feeling. Like, okay, I'm a little bit nervous, but I be thinking it's a good type of feeling, but it's like the opposite. Always pay attention to that. So I went to this house and all of that. He ordered us food, pizza, stuff like that. We got comfortable. We ended up, so that ended up happening. Drove me home after that. We kept in contact, and we've been seeing each other occasionally. I would like go to his job with him, be there with him, because he like did this job where he delivered stuff. So occasionally I'll be in the car with him, spending time with him. He'll pick me up from work, stuff like that. And we ended up dating, ended up asking me out. We've been together for a year, and this is where everything is going to get interesting. And I don't do that with anyone I don't plan on being with for a long time. So if you meet my family, I plan on being with you for a long time. Like, you know, I don't plan on just like, oh, doing like nasty things with you and stop talking. Like, no, if that's the case and we're gonna do that, you're not meeting my family. I'm not just bringing anyone to my house, in my room. Like, no, that's just too much bad energy. I've learned that. All that soul ties and just stuff like that, I'm not doing it. Their emotions becomes your emotions. It's just very, very toxic, and you feel what the other person is going through. I've learned, like, I think God do things for a reason, because I've been through like a lot of things, like found out a lot of things, and I feel like it's just God telling me, all right, like, you been through too much. I'm showing you, you know, stay in this lane, you know what it is now. So I feel like it's just a mixture of all of those things. So in the middle of being together, this is where things started to go rocky. So we're together, and you know, Instagram, social media, stuff like that isn't a problem. Once you start to like other females' photos and you're not even really liking mine, how you're giving the other females attention and just showing them love, you're not showing your own girlfriend that same love, it starts to get weird and sketchy. And this is where a lot of people fail to realize. They feel like, oh, you're being insecure, oh, don't have social media if you can't handle that. Like, no, that is not the problem. If you make me feel secure with what I have, you reassure me and all of that, like, you know, we're together, this is what it is, you're not keeping me as a secret, you're letting it be known that you're taken, but you don't have to tell the people like who it is or whatever it is, you're in a committed relationship, I'll be completely fine with that. Like, you know, you can like whoever's pictures you want to like. And this is the thing, don't be mad at me if I am liking pictures like you're liking on social media, but when I do it, it's a whole problem. That's where we had a problem at. I would notice he would start to like the female's pictures, and one day I brought it up because it started to bother me, and I noticed that it's been some of the same females. Like, it's okay if like you heart their picture or whatever, keep it moving like it was just some girl that you seen, but when you're constantly hearting the photos constantly of the same females, and I'm noticing it but I'm not saying nothing, you like what you see. Obviously it's not an insecure thing with me, you just like what you see, and I'm taking note of that, and you're not showing me that same energy. Like, you're not giving me that same energy which you're giving other females who's not your girlfriend. You're entertaining them, you're just showing them that attention that you're not giving me. Like, you know, that's the best way I can describe it. It's not even an insecure thing. I press the issue with him, he'll say, oh, you're being crazy, you're bugging, you doing the same thing. And it's like, granted, I guess social media is like whatever, but it's like, I'm doing it because I see you doing it, okay? Like, I don't know how else to explain that, but it's like, when I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm not going to be giving other people attention. I'm not going to make it seem like I'm openly single, not in a relationship, just liking anyone's pictures. Like, if I'm hearting people's pictures while I'm in a relationship, it's because the person is doing it. I don't care to do that because that's not my focus, okay? It's okay to show people love and stuff like that, even if you have a friend and he's told me like, oh, he has friends he's hearting the pictures of, which is not a problem. But other girls that I've brought up, he'll be like, oh, you're crazy, you're bugging, you're being too insecure, this and this and that. Like, he'll constantly tell me that. And I even push the issues with my sister, and I'm like, all right, am I bugging? I'll show them, and then they're like, oh yeah, this is a problem. But then my other sister will be like, oh, you know, if it's just social media, if you can't take it, y'all don't need to be in a relationship, stuff like that. But it's like, it's not even that, it's just a line of respect, a line that you don't cross. Like, I told her like he wasn't even hearting my photos like that, but he'll do it to other females, and she was like more understanding of it, like, oh yeah, if he don't even do that to you, then yeah, he shouldn't be doing that to other females. That same day, I was on the phone and I pressed the issue to him about like hearting other females' photos. You don't even do that to me, I'm your whole girlfriend. While we was on the phone and while I said this, he was like, all right, went on Instagram, hearted every photo I had, and didn't even do it out the kindness of his heart, but just did it in that moment because I pressed the issue to him. And to him, in his mind, it was like, all right, now I hearted it, now leave me alone. He was giving me that type of energy, and he didn't understand it was the whole principle of it. So once I explained that to her, showed her that he wasn't doing that to me, but he was doing it to other females, she was like, oh yeah, that's a problem. Oh, okay, cool. Don't get mad when I start doing it. But then I stopped doing it. The same time I stopped doing it because it was like, this is not how I want my relationship to be. When I say this is not how I want my relationship to be, I didn't want it to be a tit for tat thing. Like, just because he did something, now I have to do something. And because I do it, now you keep doing it. Like, I didn't want it to be like that because it was a lack of communication already. It was trust issues already. It was just stuff leading up to everything, and that's not healthy. Can you please stop doing that? I'm sorry, I won't do it. If you want me to take the girls off social media, I'll take them off. So I was like, no, it's whatever. So then he was like, I won't do it again. Moving past that, he did it again. I just noticed it, but I didn't say nothing. And there was an issue when we was in the car, we was driving home. I forgot what we was arguing over, but I was like, open your phone. I seen on Instagram, he lit up on a girl. He put the heart eyes as a message, and after that I was just like, yeah, that's too much. Once you start to inbox someone, once you start to even do what you did and you're in a whole committed relationship, it's like, I can't trust what you're really doing. Like, who knows whatever else you're doing, but you're probably deleting messages. Like, I can't trust you. Trying to get him to open his phone was a hassle. Like, he was hiding something. So he finally opened it. I seen it, boom. I didn't see any other conversations. Like, you know, it kind of looked like conversation got deleted. It was like half stuff. So after that, I was like, yeah, I can't trust you, this and that. We got home inside of my house, in my room. I was going in on him. I was like, yeah, I can't trust you, this and that. I don't think we should be together. And we ended up being together. So after that, it was just like, I felt like I was mentally checked out of the relationship, but I was physically there with him. Like, I was still physically there. I didn't 100% walk out, but mentally I was checked out. I was like, yeah, you're creating all of these issues. You're the person who does all of these things first and act like I'm so crazy, I'm being insecure, but you're giving me reasons to be. You're not making me feel secure in my own relationship. That's the whole problem. You're giving me reasons to do the things that I'm doing, say the things that I'm saying to you, like, oh, take this girl off of social media, stop hearting females' pictures if it's not me. Like, and I don't want to do that. Like, you know, I don't want to be the crazy girlfriend. I don't want to make it seem to other people like I'm being insecure. I just want to feel secure with what I have, and I didn't. So other stuff happened, and after he did what he did, I did something petty. I messaged another person on Facebook, was talking to that person, having conversations with them, and then I cut the conversation short. And then after I did that, I told him, because I didn't feel right about it, like, you know, I felt guilty about it. I didn't know how to tell him. So we was on the phone. I was like, I have something to tell you. And he basically pushed it out of me, but I couldn't find myself to figure out how to bring it up to him. Oh, since you did that, yeah, we need a break, this and that. And I get what I did was wrong, but it's like, everything that you did to me, you're the one who first started these issues. Like, that's the only thing that I did in that relationship, was message another person, because you put whole hard eyes to a girl recently in our relationship, and you was trying to hide that, keep it a secret. Keep in mind, guys, after the whole heart eye emoji he sent to the female, he tried to say to me, oh, I did it because I liked her outfit, and I was going to tell you, but I didn't know how to bring it up to you without getting you mad. One, that's a lie, because had I never asked for his phone, he never would have told me anything like that. He never would have showed me that, nothing. But because I searched for that myself, that's what I found, and he probably didn't think that that was still in the messages and didn't think I was going to see it. So basically, he got caught up. So I was like, I'm sorry. I was trying to do things to work on our relationship, to build it back up. We was like taking a little break, and me and him would have like little pregnancy scares and stuff like that. That would like break our relationship up. Like, we was together at one point, but we had a little pregnancy scare, and he was acting different towards me. He was like, yeah, you know how my mom would feel, I'll get kicked out, I'm not ready for a kid, this and that. He'll say all that to me, but he'll still be doing the same thing, like not taking the right precautions, because he know like I don't use birth control, stuff like that, and he still would like rather not use, like, you know, condoms and stuff like that. And you okay, but like, you know, use one. And he'll be like, oh, like, you know, let's just do it for a little and then put one on after. Like, you know, if you don't want that to happen, you need to be more responsible. And it's like, I know it takes two people, but it's like I would be reminding him some of the times. So we would have little scares. There was one point in time where we just was together, but we just like stopped talking for a few days and our connection was off. It happened after we had our little like situation of breaking up because of that, of me messaging like, you know, another person because of what he did. So after that happened, we wasn't together. We still like message each other and stuff like that. I'll try to like really focus on making things work with him, trying to be with him, trying to fix my mistakes of what I did. So as soon as I did that, I stopped talking to that person that same day. Like, I felt guilty about it. I didn't pursue the conversation. We wasn't flirting. It wasn't nothing like that. I just like messaged another person, and I shouldn't have did that, but I did it. So there's just so much stuff. Like, we was trying to get on the right track. I was doing what I needed to do, and I felt like he wasn't trying to get back in a relationship. Like, I feel like he liked his freedom of being single, messaging whoever he wants to message. Like, you know, at the end of the day, if a male is telling you like he's not messaging other females while he's single, he's lying. Like, he just probably don't want you to be hurt by it, or wants you to think like, oh, there's no other female. Like, basically they do that so you won't go anywhere, so they can have you as like a little backup plan. So basically that's what he was telling me. Yeah, I'm just trying to focus on myself, getting my money up. I'm ready to be back in a relationship after what you did. You gave me big trust issues, this and that, like trying to flip the situation on me. It's weird, guys, when I tell you I messaged another person, but only because of what he did first. I should be the one to be like, I'm not ready for the relationship. I'm taking a step back from you because of what you did to me. But I felt like it was kind of a scapegoat for him to not be with me. Like, it was weird. Like, I felt that, but I still tried to fix my relationship with him. He tried to make it seem like I was the only issue when he was the one who created for what I did. And it's like, I know I'm growing at the end of the day. I know my actions was wrong. If he would have never did that, we would have been good. Like, I'm faithful, I'm loyal, I'm not sneaky in a relationship. I only do something if you do it to me. That's it. Like, don't treat people how you wouldn't want it to be treated. Like, yeah, I'm not ready for a relationship, you need to earn my trust back. And I was like, yeah, you need to earn my trust back as well. But it's like, at the end of the day, I'm still showing you like I want to fix it. I've been doing all the right things to fix it, and I feel like you're not doing anything. Like, I pressed the issue to him. Like, I was like, you're the one who messed up first. I only did what I did because of what you did. And he wasn't trying to hear it, guys. He was not trying to hear that. So I was like, all right, I was still doing stuff, not talking to anyone, trying to fix the issue. So we was talking, we got back on good terms. A situation happened where I went to go celebrate his birthday with him. Now, this situation is different because this situation, I have never been through something like this. So I think everything was good. We have the passwords to each other's phone, but I'm like, you know, I'm trying to work on myself, trusting you. And he was like, after we got on good terms and stuff like that, he still was hearting the females' pictures and stuff like that, but we wasn't together, but we was like in a talking stage about to get back together again. And after we broke up, I completely forgot this. He got me a ring. I'm gonna try to insert stuff here to show you guys. He got me a ring, and once he was like, yeah, we need a break and all that, he took the ring back from me. And he was like, yeah, you'll basically get this back when things are good, when we're in a relationship again. So he had the ring. I was like, can I have the ring? He'll tell me no. He don't feel like, basically like I've earned it back. He's also told me he's not giving me the ring back because he don't want me thinking that we're in a relationship when we still need to work out our problems and I need to fix what I did. And it's like, I'm not the only one who needed to work on themselves. Like, you know, you needed to fix what you did as well. And I felt like I was the only one who was working on that when he messed up. It's like when you do something to them, they feel so butthurt, but when you get it done to you, you're just supposed to just take it. Like, no, I'm not going for that. I don't want to make this too long of a video, so I'm kind of trying to explain certain things. So during this time, I was being very weak-minded, being not a strong female at all. I was crying to him daily, asking him if I can get the ring back, asking him, can we just be together? He basically had me wrapped around his finger, and looking back now, I feel disappointed in myself for allowing him to let me to get to that point of depression. He was like, yeah, I don't feel like you deserved it yet, basically. So we're in the talking stage. I'm doing everything I can to, like, you know, get back together because, like, I just wanted to be with him. I just wanted to be with him. I didn't want anyone else. I wanted to be with him. Once I'm in a relationship, I just want to be with you. I want to focus on you. I go to his house to celebrate his birthday with him and his family. Seeing a side of him that, you know, it's like a let looser side of him because he's around his family. I'm the only person who's not Spanish there. And I was stepping out of my comfort zone, being the only Black person in the room. Because it's like, I'm around his family. His family's all Spanish. They're speaking Spanish. And they're not speaking Spanish the whole time. They're speaking English. But they'll listen to Spanish music, this and that. I was feeling out of place. Like, you know, I'm the only person who don't speak Spanish. Like, I'm the only Black girl in the room. But I did it for him. Like, you know, because he was saying he wanted me to be there as well. And I wanted to be there for him to just show him, like, a different side of me. Like, you know, I can be around your friends and family. Wasn't, like, trying to argue. We was getting into little situations. But, again, I would remind him, like, you know, it's your birthday weekend. I'm not trying to mess up your birthday weekend. But you need to be honest with me and let me know what's up. And mind you guys, he told me I can go through his phone. When I tried to do a Snapchat on the way to his house for his birthday, he was looking like nervous almost. Like, what are you trying to do? Because this was his little excuse. I was like, can I see your phone? He was like, for what? I was like, I want to go on Snapchat and do like a little cute snap. Like, oh, I'm not really trying to post. I think it was a day or two before his birthday. We was on the way to his house because we came from my house. I packed my bag, stuff like that, to stay over there with him. So he was like, yeah, I'm trying to wait till my birthday to post until I get all dressed up. I'm not trying to show myself right now. He was making up excuses, and I was like, I'm not trying to show you. I'm just trying to show myself. And he said the same thing. I'm like, I'm not going to get you in the snap. I'm going to have a filter on. I just want to make a snap. So he finally unlocks his phone and presses it on Snapchat. And as I'm using it, he's like looking at me, but he's still driving. And then once I was done, he was like, oh, let me change the song real quick. Like, you know, trying to hurry up and get his phone back from me. I noticed that, but I didn't say nothing. I was like, all right, whatever. After that whole Snapchat thing in the car, his sister proceeds to call his phone. He picks up. I think he has her on speaker. They're talking. She's like, what are you doing for your birthday? This and that. And then she's like, who are you with? He's like, I'm with my girl. And he's like, oh, is it that same girl? Are you still with that same girl? And I think she's getting ready to say some other stuff. And he's like, all right, bye. And he starts to laugh, and then he hangs up the phone on her. And I'm just looking at him kind of like in a weird way, like, what was that about? What was she about to say? Like, did you not want her to say something because I'm around? Like, that would get you caught up, you know? It was funny vibes after that. Was like saying he's going to the store with his boys and stuff like that. I just stayed because it's like, you know, it's his boys. So I'm like, I'm going to let him go. So they come back because they had to just grab the stuff. too. So I didn't make a big issue out of it. I didn't make any issue out of it, but he just said he has to go to the store, go get ice, something like that. His boys went, they all have cars, but they all, I think, got in his car. Fast forward, I'm like, open your phone. He was like, for what? I'm like, you open your phone, I want to go on Snapchat. And I really did want to make another snap. And he's not trying to do it. He has his phone and he gives it to me. And I'm on Snapchat scrolling through the filters. And as he's talking to his aunt or whatever, slowly takes the phone away from me and locks it and puts it away. And I'm like, why'd you do that? I was trying to go on Snapchat. And he's still in his conversation like he didn't hear me. So I'm like, okay, you have something to hide. So he left and went to the store with his friend. It was like nighttime. He came back and his friend was staying in his room at the time. So there was 2 beds. I was sleeping in his bed and his friend had another bed because his friend was like going through something with his family. He had nowhere to go. So there was 2 beds. Okay, I was staying in my boyfriend's bed, the person I was talking to, and his friend was in the other bed. We ended up getting in the shower. His phone was on the bed. Something was like, go through it, go through it. I get the phone, enter his password, go on Snapchat, and a girl he told me not to worry about because she was just a hoe. And mind you guys, this was the girl that he had her number in his phone. And I was like, why do you have her on social media? Why do you have her number in your phone if she's nothing to you, if you don't care for her, if she's just a hoe? He was like, oh, because I watched her dog. She dropped her dog off. Now, mind you, when he said she dropped her dog off, this is what I was thinking after what I'm about to tell you guys. I'll let you know. He was saying, oh, she dropped her dog off and I was taking care of her dog for a couple of weeks. And then she came to the house to come pick the dog up. So he told me that. And then now I'm in his room with his phone. I go on Snapchat. It's the girl. I slide. I go. And it's like a message that like didn't get opened or it was already opened. Like he's seen what she said already. So I slide. I see that he's putting heart eyes, calling her baby mama, this and that. After that, I found that out. I didn't get to go through all of the messages, but I see he was being thirsty, calling her sexy and all that. My heart was pounding instantly. I got so mad. I heard the shower go off. I scrolled up so you couldn't see what she was currently looking at. Like, exit out all the apps. And I put the phone back. I was just quiet. He came in the room. He was getting ready to go to sleep. He said he was going to smoke downstairs with his friends so the smoke wouldn't bother me. I was like, no, it's okay. So they smoked in his room and ended up going to sleep. I had a mission. I was like, okay, once you go to sleep, I'm taking that phone and I'm going through the rest of what I seen because he clearly lied to me. So he went to sleep. I stayed up. It was like 2 something in the morning. Got his phone. Went in the bathroom. Seen what I needed to see. Everything. See messages. Posts he was liking from different females. I was like, wow. That's crazy. And this is a female you told me not to worry about. But you're being all thirsty. Calling her baby mama. Calling her sexy. But you told me she was just a hoe. So I was hurt. And when I was already at his house during that weekend, he gave me the ring back. So I was wearing the ring during his birthday and all of that. Once I found that out, I talked to my sister and I was like, what do you think I should do? Because I'm about to slap him up out of his sleep and wake him up like that. She was like, yeah, don't do that. Just wake him up and ask him, what is this? I sent the screenshots to my sister. I made sure I screenshot what I needed to screenshot. And I went back in the room and woke him up and was like, what was this? Like, what is this? And he was like, because he just woke up. I was like, what is this? And he was like, he went like that, no lie. And I was like, you told me that she was just a hoe. I had nothing to worry about, but you're talking to this girl, calling her sexy, calling her baby mama, all that. And he's not saying nothing. He's just breathing hard, like he knew he got caught up. So I'm like, you see this ring? I threw it. I was like, it don't mean nothing. Got up to pack my stuff. He was trying to convince me not to go. I was just over him. I was like, yeah, I don't want to be with you. All that. If he could lie to me, what else can you do? You've been lying to me about all these different females. It was just a whole lot. So that was just one little story out of the story time for you guys. But that was another big situation we dealt with. And after that, we stopped talking. He kept trying to say he really wanted to be with me. He's really sorry for that. And I was just really hurt from it, because it's like I was trying everything that I could to have our relationship get back to where it once was, and it never was gonna be like that, because there was just too many lies. It was too toxic. He'll talk to me certain ways. Like if he was angry with his mom, he'll take it out on me. Don't get me wrong, like, this is not a video to bash him, because he's probably gonna watch this video and see this. I took him off of Snapchat. I blocked him on Facebook and blocked him on Instagram. And he has me on TikTok. I have so many followers that recently I told him I would appreciate it if he could just take me off of TikTok so we don't have to deal with each other. And he's still not gonna take me off of TikTok. You know who you are. We don't mix well. I told him we could be friends. It's just been too toxic. Like, I probably put up like screenshots of different stuff so you guys can see like just our conversations and stuff like that, how it changed, how things happened. And it sucks, like, you know, because you think you're gonna be with someone for a long time. Well, at least I can say like I seen a future with him, and now I don't see anything with him. I don't. It's just too many stuff's happened. We recently tried to work on things, but like we recently got back together after all of that stuff. Like ever since that situation happened, we was on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And we recently tried to make things work, get in a relationship. We recently just got into an argument because of he's going through problems or whatever the case is, and he took his problems out on me. And I told him basically when I go through stuff, I'm very aware, very considerate of how I talk to you. I could be the angriest, and I told him, you know, I need some time to cool off. I don't want to take my anger out on you. I let him know all of this, but it's like as soon as he's mad at me, he lashes out on me. He takes it out on me, and I don't appreciate that. Like, I know how I want to be treated. I know what I want. I would want a stable, secure relationship where I don't have to feel insecure. I don't have to feel like I'm being crazy. I don't have to feel like I'm doing too much. Just healing, trying to figure out what exactly I want. And I'm still young at the end of the day, but I know how I would like to be treated. That happened with him putting me through stuff like that with different females and all of that. I feel like I still kind of hold on to that. So that's the issue. That was the issue in our relationship. Like, I forgave him, but I didn't forget. And things like that sometimes pop up in my head when he talks to me a certain way, or, you know, we going through what we going through. Your true colors will come out. Just listen and watch. And always, if you're a female, always listen to your intuition. If something's telling you, don't let anyone think that you're crazy or try to call you crazy. And that's another thing. If your partner can call you crazy, can have a bunch of different negative things to say to you, whether it's calling you stupid, crazy, insecure, that's not the partner for you. That is not your partner. Because your partner would not call you names at all. They would not call you no negative names. They would not call you crazy, insecure. They won't. They won't call you delusional. They won't. That relationship was my longest relationship. It was a year. And I'm just now learning that to be comfortable with being alone, really being comfortable with being alone. So if you have to be alone, it's okay. It's going to feel weird if you've been in a relationship for some time, or you know, you are feeling really hurt, you don't know what to do, just pray. And I think I'm gonna post this tonight or whenever I'm done editing, so probably the next day, which will probably be a Monday that it gets posted on, I'm not sure. But if you felt alone on Valentine's Day, if you felt like, you know, I want a relationship, enjoy being single. It's not like you haven't heard anything I haven't said on this video, because you have heard everything. But you know, if you need to talk to me about anything, you can. My phone line is open, but like, you know, we're just taking it one day at a time as like being friends, or just not speaking at all. So I don't know. But thank you, my beautiful butterflies, for watching this video. I just wanted to come on here and just share that with you guys, and also get it off my chest, because it's good to, you know, talk about it and not hold it in. And just be aware. Again, I don't want to keep dragging this video because it's already long enough. I have to edit all of this. But if you're not yet a beautiful butterfly, what you're doing, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on, and do not miss an upload every time I upload. And we will be back with more videos very soon, my loves.